This is a Bridgeport story. 203 story.
Yeah, hear me now, man.
Real OG story. I me say Westside story. Yeah, watch ya now. First of all, me have to big up all of Bridgeport town. Big up the west side and me stamping around. Big up the north and east and all around. Cause anywhere me go, you know, say me well known. Big up PT, Colorado we run. Pan State Street to Clinton, have we wall it done. The thugs them pa and cat them never left a gun. And the dogs them a bit strap from your violate you done. Go Marina Village, where the thugs them a savage. Big up the whole of Iran and the youth them from Basic. A long time we there, so wanna run this bitch. At the port we represent, so hear this. Yo, dogs! Me say a Bridgeport, me representing. Long time me there, so do the damn thing. Them a watch and them a pre, them know we lock things. Yo! Dogs, yo, dogs. Me say west side, that a my side. And you know me have the matic on my right side. Anytime when you see me, well I jet life. Yo, dogs, yo, dogs. Story, 203 story. Me say OG story. Hear me now? Real west side story. Hear me now?
Hear me now, man. You know what the lockdown, pop down, drop down since it now be a thing, you know. I represent for future TV. You don't know, you know, watch the West Side story on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to my new show. Y'all know me, some of y'all. My name's Kevin Jefferson. Some of y'all know me as Kev. Some of y'all know me as Big Kilo Roo from the west side of Bridgeport. And I'm here today on my new show. It's called Westside Stories. And basically, we're just telling you stories about me, my life, things I've seen, things I've been through, things that have happened to me. You know, just give you a basis of me, what I've been through, and what I've been going through, what I've been through in life. We're gonna have guests coming on sometimes. Sometimes we'll have guests, sometimes we won't have guests. This is mainly based around me and others like me. You know, if anybody that knows me knows I lived a hard life. And I think I have enough stories that I can come and tell the people, man. Some of my stories will make you smile. Some of them should make you laugh. Some of them should be like, he's lying. I don't believe that story. And I'm just trying to tell you me, man. Any story that I tell you, it can be fact-checked. You can go back, check the facts on it. Everything I say here will be true. Period. No lies. No lies. So some of these stories are going to make some people mad. Like I said, you know, that's you. That's your feelings. It's not about you. I'm not trying to sig nobody out. I'm just telling my life. Things I've seen again, things I've been through. I'm going to have guests some days that have been through similar things as me. Some haven't been through similar things. And we're going to keep it all together. So I guess today, you know, for the first story, I'm going to take you back to somewhere in 1994. It's around July. It was about 1:30 in the morning. And it's me, my brother Nitty, my Jamaican homie Nardo. And let me give you a picture. We're on Lewis Street in Bridgeport. And if anybody y'all know that street, there's a building that's pushed back from the street with a big parking lot in the front. And that used to be my spot. And we used to hustle from there. And I had my cars. I used to park all my cars in the parking lot. And we used to hang out on the parking lot while we had the people on the block getting money. And I had this one guy getting money for me. And I don't remember his name, but we used to call him Tony Montana because he looked just like Tony Montana from Scarface. So we're sitting in the car. Well, Jimmy and Nardo are sitting in my car, and I'm in my wheelchair sitting outside the passenger door talking to them, while Tony Montana is at the front of the house. And he's the one that's hustling. He's the one getting money. We're just there to supposedly protect them and watch them because we didn't protect them this night. So I'm sitting out in the parking lot, and he's out there hustling, and you know, we're over there shooting the shit, smoking weed, getting high. all the shit you're not supposed to be doing when you're hustling. And Tony Montana calls me. I hear him, Kevin. So I said, what the fuck? So I look over there at him. He's waving for me to come here. So, you know, I roll over there to him to see exactly what it is that he wants. And when I roll over there for him, he wants a light. So I'm pissed off because he done stopped me from what I was doing and called me over there because he wants a light. When he could have walked to me and got a light. So as I'm sitting there and I'm telling him like, man, I ain't giving you no goddamn light. Why you didn't come over here and get the light? And he's telling me, you know, we used to talk shit. So he's telling me, fuck you, give me a light. And I'm talking shit. We talk shit back and forth to each other about the light. So I know I'm gonna give him a light, but I pulled a lighter out of my pocket and I went to light the lighter for him. And as I was lighting the cigarette, he was lighting the cigarette while I'm holding the lighter. I just heard bang, 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 bang. And as I'm lighting his cigarette, I see not the bullet, because you can't see a bullet, but I see something go through the flame and put the flame out on the lighter. And it hits him right in his face. Boom. Now, mind you, I'm sitting there, so I'm about 4'5" sitting down. And he's, you know, bending over. I'm lighting his cigarette. And as I hear the pom, 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 it goes through the flame, hits him right in the face. When I see it hit him right in the face, I go, oh, shit. And duck and try to move. So I grab my wheels and I roll back until I hit this car. But I still can hear a lot of gunshots going off. And as I look up from where I'm at, because I grab my chair and I flip myself over to the ground so I could get my gun out. And as I hit the ground and I'm looking up, I see these bullets just hitting Tony Montana. Boom, 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 boom. And all of them are hitting him. They're right on point. And it was a lot of shots. So they had some big shit. And the shots are hitting him. Boom, 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 boom. And he hits down on his knees and like he wants to crawl. And he's looking dead at me. And I can see the blood pouring out of his face. And he's calling me. Oh, shit, Kevin. Oh, shit, Kevin. At this point, I still hear gunshots. I don't even remember how long it was, but I heard like a lot of gunshots. At the time, I didn't know that my friend Nardo and Nitty was returning fire to across the street where the gunshots was coming from. So I'm on the ground and I look under the car because I'm expecting to see feet running across the street. And if I see feet running across the street, I'm going to start shooting under the car. But no feet came. And I don't know what the time limit was, but when I look back over at Tony Montana, I guess he tried to turn around and grab the gate to pull himself up, but he just was there on his knees holding the gate. My friend Nardo and Nitty run up to me. Yo, you okay? I tell them, yeah, I'm okay. Get my chair. Get me back in my chair. So they stand my chair up and they put me back in my chair. And we go to take off to get back to the parking lot because we see Tony shot. They just returned fire and we're thinking, let's get the fuck out of here. But when they go to lift me up, I notice that my leg is just kind of limp, my foot. And when I look down, the whole bottom of my foot is red and bloody. So somewhere in the midst of all that shooting, when I went to try to get away, I got shot in the foot. So they grab me, they throw me in the car. And I'm screaming, I'm shot. We know I'm shot. So we got these guns on us though, all of us. And we take off out the parking lot because we want to get out of here before the police come. And we take off out the parking lot and our thought is to get to the hospital, but then we remember we got these guns on us. So we fly, I take my shoe off and I have a hole. Man, I can see the hole is about this big. And I wrap take my shirt off and I wrap it around my foot as tight as I can. And my grandmother's about 4 blocks away from me. So I fly to my grandmother's house, get my little brother, give him the toys, the guns to put up, and we get back towards the hospital. So I take off and I get to the hospital and They come in the hospital, so I'm there, and I guess the hospital reports that somebody just came in with a shooting, and I see the police walk in, and they tell me that they're not going anywhere, and they want to talk to me. So they wrap up my foot, they bandage my foot, and I'm leaving with the police. So I leave with the police, and they take me over to the police station. And when I get to the police station, I see that they got my friend Jimmy and my friend Nitty, and my friend Nardo at the jailhouse as well. So I'm like, what are y'all doing here? And they arrested us as we was leaving the hospital. So I'm like, for what? We didn't do anything. So the police took us down to the police. Well, they had us at the police station and pulled me into the rooms, I guess, for their interrogation. And they're trying to tell me that I killed the man, which all the evidence shows that didn't happen. And I guess from all the shell casings, they can tell that it was two groups of people shooting at each other. So they thought that Nardo and Nitty were the ones that were shooting back. So they needed me to say, yes, that's what happened, but that wasn't going to happen. So we stayed in there, and, I stuck to my story. I was giving them a light, which was the truth. And they started shooting out of nowhere. And they kept me there from 1:30, 2:30. No, actually, it was about 3:30 that morning when I left the hospital. We didn't know how long we were in the police station, but it was funny because when they let me go, of course, it was daylight outside. My son's mother was there, my grandmother, to get me. And no bond, no nothing. They released me. And when I got outside, my friend Nitty was standing there and told me that the only one that was left in was Nardo. And it was funny because when we went back to find out what was going on with Nardo, we was informed that, he was going to be staying in jail because he wasn't, he didn't have legal status to be in the United States. So we were sad about that because, unluckily Nardo got sent back to Jamaica. And we did see him again. We went to Jamaica, but that's another story that I'll tell you another time. But we went and we went back to the block, and it was funny because I lived in the same building with Tony Montana, and when I got there, his wife was there, and I really couldn't even look her in the face, even though I know it wasn't me. I didn't do anything, but it was funny because word gets back to us that she's telling everybody that I killed him, and which was ridiculous. And she got scared. She moved out of the building, and I seen her years later and told her, I didn't do that, right? She said she knew, but really didn't do it. And it was a sad thing because Tony was a real good friend of mine. Hey, yo, you want to know something? Another crazy story that happened to me. I was in this car chase one time. It was 1995. Sitting on Clinton Avenue with my boy Jimmy, and he got this lime green Suzuki Jeep. So we on Clinton Ave, and we're sitting on the side of the road. And so you can picture how we sitting. We're here. It's a driveway in front of us. It's a car on the other side of that driveway. But then it's another driveway on the other side of the car. So we're sitting there in the Suzuki Jeep. I'm strapped. I got a big ass gun on me. Jimmy's strapped. He got a big ass gun on him. And we're sitting there, and we see the police turn the corner. I said, oh shit, here come the police, Jimmy. And the funny thing was, this Jeep didn't make no noise when it was on. It's like you couldn't even tell that it was on. So we're sitting in it, and the cop come down the block real slow, like it ain't even gonna bother us. Gets like about a good 50 feet from us and just turns in towards us and stops right at our bumper. So if we wanted to take off, we couldn't. So I said, oh shit, Jimmy. Oh shit, Jimmy. And I look down, I see him push the clutch in and throw his Jeep in first. I'm thinking, what the fuck is he doing? There's no way he could go. He can't crash this cop car. I seen him pop that clutch and he just shot up on the sidewalk in that driveway. Swerved around that car and shot off the other side. The cop was so surprised he didn't even know what to do. I'm staring in the rearview mirror at him as we shooting down Clinton Avenue, and I can see him slowly trying to turn around and do that turn in that three-point turn in that big-ass car. By the time we get to the corner, he's just turning around. He's almost a block away from us. We take the left on State Street, and I'm screaming at Jim, go, Jim, go, Jim. And we go straight one way up State Street for about 4 blocks and take a right on Hancock. And I'm telling him, go to my grandmother's, go to my grandmother's. Because my grandmother's, you can pull up in the yard and pull all the way around the back of it. So he's flying. We get to Hancock. We fly down Hancock. And I can hear the sirens, win, but I can't see nobody. No cops or nothing. We get to Fairfield Ave. As soon as we take that left on Fairfield Ave, and I look back, oh my God, we done turned into 4 cop cars coming down Fairfield Ave looking for us. We done turned right, so we're the car in front of them, just like the movies. They on us hard. Man, I don't know, my boy's the best driver in the world, because when he got to took that left on Fairfield, and they got him back of us, somehow he just did a complete 360 and spent around the other way and took the left up Hancock. Man, when I look back, we was on Hancock and Maplewood. The police still didn't know what the fuck just happened. And we curved right around him and went to Lenox and shot up in my grandmother's backyard. And that was one time of the many times I was in a police chase and got away, because I'm with somebody that just drives their ass off. It's another Westside story for you right there. Yo, I got another story. This one was funny to me after the fact. I don't know if it was funny to you, but let me tell you what happened to me. So I was in prison. I was up in Osborne in Somers, Connecticut. Osborne State Prison, doing a 3.5-year bid. And I had this Jamaican friend. And you know, I've been around Jamaicans all my life. So this one, I don't know how I was so naive and how slow to the fact. But I was friends with this Jamaican dude that I called Rude Boy. And working out, motherfucker, always working out and shit. So he was always eating. And, you know, I'm the chef off north. You can tell by the weight. And so either I was cooking or he was cooking. And every time he would want to call me, because I lived in the dorms, he lived in the back room. We couldn't be in the backs and they couldn't be in the front. But he would come to the doorway and he would call me. Yo, Bati boy, come get your food. So my dumb ass would take off rolling after him to go get my food. And every time he would want me, he would call me, yo, Bati boy. And my dumb ass would go right to him, yo, what's up? Giving him that, all of that shit. So one day, my other homie in jail comes to me. He goes, yo, why you let that motherfucker talk to you like that? And I'm like, the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, who? He's like, Rude Boy. I'm like, what you mean, Rude Boy? What'd he do? He's like, why you always let him call you a faggot? I said, that motherfucker ain't call me no faggot. He said, nigga, he called you Bati Boy. That's faggot in Jamaican. I'm like, no, the fuck it ain't, nigga. I've been with Jamaicans all my life. I never heard that shit. So he goes to our other man, yo, what the fuck does Bati Boy mean? And my man goes, faggot in Jamaican. That's your boy Cad. I'm like, what? So y'all fucking serious? So I know I ain't supposed to be in the back, but I take off to the back. Bang on that nigga door, pull the door open. I'm like, yo, my nigga, the fuck you calling me faggot for? He looking all dazed as I'm waking him up and shit. He's like, what you talking about? I've been calling you that shit since I know you. I'm like, yeah, nigga, but you calling me a fucking faggot. And we in fucking jail. Yo, don't call me that shit no more, man. Call me by my fucking name or call me fucking Kilo, man. Don't call me no fucking Bati Boy no more. So he ain't pay me no attention. He goes to sleep. And sure enough, I don't know if he wanted to make a joke or whatever, but the motherfucker comes to the door, because we already have been planning on cooking, and it was his cooking day. He comes to the door about 3 hours later. Bati Boy, come get your food. So now I'm madder than a motherfucker. I roll back there. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. I don't want that food. You keep that fucking food. I told you don't call me no fucking Bati Boy. And I roll off. So he's like, yo, you making it out of nothing, man. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, I told you don't call me that shit. So I go to my bunk. I don't fuck with him that day. And most of the next day. And then he comes to me and was like, all right, man, my bad. I only was fucking with you. You never said nothing before, so I didn't know. I just was fucking with you. So I said, all right, man, don't do that shit. So that night, he's coming out the shower, because the showers is in the middle communal place. So he's coming out the shower, and I'm rolling by, and the motherfucker says to me, matter of fact, he got his towel around his waist. He thought he was Diesel, so he never had a shirt on. He got his headphones on and his CD player in his hand, walking from the shower. This motherfucker says to me, yo, Bati boy, what you got to eat over there? While I'm rolling by him, he's walking by. So I slap his motherfucking CD player out of his hand, and it shoots down the hallway. Bing, hit the side of the wall, slide to the other side of the wall. Bing, I'm just watching the pieces break off of his shit as it's sliding down the hallway. This motherfucker turns around, he is mad as hell. He said, what the fuck you do that for? I said, man, I told you don't call me no fucking faggot. So the motherfucker gets mad and he kicks me, but when he kicks me, he kicks my knee, and it pushes my wheelchair back, and I go take off towards him, and he throws a fucking punch, and the punch hits me in the shoulder, and I'm throwing a punch, and he punching me, and I'm punching him, and then his man and my man grab him and my man pulls me away, his man pulls him away, and I ain't gonna stand, hit me in the top of my motherfucking head, it seemed like, because my shit knocking and shit. And my man like, yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? I'm like, this motherfucker keep calling me a faggot. So his man spazzing on him like, nigga, that shit's not funny, da-da-da-da. So he's like, you gonna pay for my CD player? I'm like, I ain't paying for shit. And we broke it apart. And, he had a little issue for a few days. Somehow I was gonna pay for his CD player. But, the powers that be that run the politics got involved, and I ain't have to pay for the CD player. And he stopped calling me Bati boy. So that's the moral of that one right there. Don't let nobody call you something you don't want to be called. If you feel like you let them know. And if they don't get it, then you help them to get it. Whether you win, whether you lose, or whether you fail. Don't let nobody make you to be something you're not. And that's it for today's Westside Story.
Living just enough for the city.